Hi everyone, Frankie from Easy Powerwall. It's been a while, so let's pick up the story where we left.
You probably noticed that panel number 10 is still not connected. If you want to know what I'm gonna do next with this panel, just subscribe to the channel.
Indeed, this solar panel is still not connected. And it's springtime, we have a lot of free solar energy. It would be a waste of energy not to connect this panel. And that's today's short movie. I will connect it via a small, cheap micro inverter. These setups are pretty popular these days. It's now even allowed in the country where I live in Belgium. So this will be a practical guide on how to connect these kind of panels. Follow me on the journey. To finish today's project, we don't need a lot of parts, so it's a great project to get into solar. What do we need? Our main component is the grid tie microinverter. This cable that comes with the package with the grid tie inverter to connect it to the grid. Then I have this outdoor cable connector to make sure everything remains waterproof. The cable to connect everything to the grid. And a power plug to connect to the cable. I also have this power meter so I can track the performance of this grid tie microinverter. As a tool I only need a screwdriver and maybe some cutters, but you don't need a lot of tools. Everything will be very easy to connect. On the grid tie microinverter we have two MC4 connectors, but we have the connectors already on the solar panels, so it's just plug and play and connect it to the inverter. First thing we're gonna do is connect these two cables via the waterproof connector. Don't know what happened, I think it was the first heat of the year. Instead of recording the process, I just took some pictures. You didn't miss a lot of information. In this step, connect the cable from the microinverter in a 1-to-1 relation via the waterproof connector to the cable you will use to connect the setup to mains and grid. Once all wires are connected via the small round terminal block, close the connector. First tighten the two center pieces. Make sure to tighten the connector well to make sure it's waterproof. When done, close both end caps and tighten them well too. Well done, you have a proper waterproof connection. I think most of you connected a power plug before, nothing fancy here. Remove 25mm of sheet of the cable, strip the wires and connect them to the power plug. Make sure to tighten the screws to make sure the wires stay in place. This is the easiest and most straightforward solution. Just connect the cable to the inverter and plug the power plug in the socket. To track performance, I'll cut the cable later to add a basic power meter. Time to connect the micro inverter to the solar panel. I have a kind of specific situation. I already have a frame built. I suppose most of you don't have a frame. You can attach these inverters to the solar panel. There are savings, there are a few holes in the frame. Most, I think all solar panels have these, where you can connect the grid tie microinverter to the frame. Just with a few nuts and bolts, you can attach it to the frame. The connections are protected from the elements and it's neat, and you can see the status lamp if it's on or not. I will connect it a bit lower where it's also protected or even more protected from the elements, and it's attached to a metal frame, so it will be even better for cooling the inverter. So let's go under the solar panels and connect this one to the frame. I will mount it here to the frame, as you can see, well protected from the elements. For now I will use a large tie wrap. This way it will be connected to the frame and act as a passive cooling to the inverter. step is connecting the solar cables. I mentioned this before, you can't make a mistake. Next step is connecting the cable to the micro grid tie inverter. There's a little saving in the connector, so you can get this wrong. You see? Just hand tight. This is well protected from the elements. I will mount this here with the cables. You see, as simple as that. Now we have to connect the cable to a smart meter or something to register your usage, and then we connect it to the grid. This is a grid tie inverter. This means it can only work when connected to the grid. The cable is connected to the microinverter, and I will show you when I connect the multimeter. You see, you don't measure any voltage. As a proof, you can safely touch the connector, you won't feel it in. Now I have to cut the cable one more time to connect the meter, and then we can connect it to the grid. I just cut the cable in two, added ferrules, and I will now add the kilowatt hour meter. It's a very basic thing, costs less than 10 euros. You can't access it by remote, but it's just a quick and dirty tool. You connect it and it shows the amps, voltage and power, and also total power. So I will be able to track its overall performance over the next few days. As you can see, I use a pretty thin cable. I think it's 0.75, maybe 1 square millimeter. But this is 440 watts, so that's only 2 amps on 220 volt. So it will work just fine. But I will quickly plug it into the AC and let's see how quick it syncs to the grid. You see, it only takes seconds before it starts measuring and starts exporting power to the grid. Once I inserted the power plug, the grid tie microinverter is synced to the grid and starts pushing energy into the same grid. It's after 4 PM and still getting close to 400 watts. The power meter collected the kilowatt hour measurements. First few days were very sunny, with up to 14 hours of sun. Last few days there were some clouds. Very happy with the result of 14 kilowatt hour, with a south-faced panel that's getting some shade after 6 PM. Let's crunch some numbers. Total cost with solar panel, inverter, power meter and miscellaneous is around 170 euros. The yearly solar revenue will be around 400 kilowatt hours. In my area, 1 kilowatt hour costs with taxes around 32 cents. Yearly saving is close to 128 euro. Return on investment is less than 18 months. Thank you for watching this video. If you have questions or remarks, feel free to use the comment section under the video. For those who watch till the end, I have a little surprise for you. In the download section, you will find a link to download the Haspel card. This card allows you to find the best tilt and azimuth for your solar panel to have maximum output. So that's it for today's video. Have a nice day and see you soon for more content. This was Frankie for Easy Powerwall.